Hey guys, this is Catfish here again, and welcome back to my channel. In my previous video, I showed that for sure, steel front weapons are weaker than normal pink refined weapons because the weapon description should be taken literally. Steel front and one-eyed cobra weapons only have 15% extra damage over classic weapons, which makes them weaker than the 30% extra damage that normal pink refined weapons have. However, some of you have brought to my attention that one-eyed cobra snipers such as the automatic sniper MK14 and the bolt action sniper AWM have different buffs compared to the steel front versions. Yes, I'm aware of that. I'm also aware that the one-eyed cobra MK14 and AWM have a headshot buff, which means that when you shoot someone in the head, it will do extra damage. However, even with the headshot bonus damage, one-eyed cobra MK14 and AWM are still weaker than normal pink refined MK14 and AWM. Now, if you don't care about science or proof, then let me just say one more thing before you click away. The steel front and one-eyed cobra vest can now attach 3 plates, and the only way to do it is by bringing a third plate into your match and then attaching your plate in-game. We all knew that already. However, what most of you probably didn't know is that now your plates won't disappear on you and would in fact remain on your steel front and one-eyed cobra vest. In the lobby, you will only see 2 plates, but in-game, the third plate will reappear. Therefore, the official best armor in terms of actual protection would be steel front is the best, followed by normal level 6, and then the worst armor would be the one-eyed cobra level 6. However, keep in mind that because the one-eyed cobra level 6 is lighter, you can run slightly faster if that's what you care about. For me, I'm just gonna stick with my steel front level 6 vest with 3 pink plates attached for maximum protection. Okay, now onto the science. Let me start off by addressing something I saw in the comments, which basically suggested that you can just look at the power bars of each weapon to determine how powerful they are, and therefore there is no need to do the Fort Rozhok Boss-Headshot test. However, the truth is, Tencent loves to lie and mislead us about everything, and you can never trust any of the numbers or graphs they give. This is very clear all over the game, and anyone with common sense would have been able to see it at some point while playing. For example, if you look at the rate of fire bar for all the DMRs, it seems that every single DMR has a different firing rate, which is clearly untrue. In another video, I discussed how all single tap weapons like SKS, SLR, Mini 14, QBU, and MK12 all have the maximum rate of fire of 10 taps per second. If you tap any faster than this on the global version of PUBG, your gun jams. What makes absolutely zero sense is that according to these rate of fire graphs, the MK14, which I remind you is a fully automatic sniper rifle, has a slower rate of fire than the MK12. If this is not a pure lie, then I don't know what is. On top of this, if you go into the TDM loadout, Tencent claims that the SKS only does 52 damage, even though we know for sure that the SKS actually does a whopping 84 damage in TDM, making it the second fastest killing weapon across all game modes. Now, I have plenty of other examples, but I think you guys get my point. Do not trust Tencent. They lie about everything. Instead, trust me, because not only do I show you exactly how I conduct each experiment, but I show you guys all my numbers, even ones that do not agree with my hypothesis. Another thing that I saw in the comments are people telling me to count how many bullets it takes to kill the boss instead of counting the pixels. There are 2 major problems with this. 1. The boss's helmet shatters, and depending on which weapon you use, some guns will make his helmet shatter faster than others, which means you are undercounting the number of bullets it will take to kill him. Now, the second and most important reason why counting bullets doesn't work is because bullets are discrete units and you can easily overkill the boss when his HP is low. Think about it this way. When the boss is left on very low HP and you have 2 very similar guns like a steel front M762 versus a one-eyed cobra M762, for example, right? both guns will kill him with the same amount of bullets. So how do you actually know which gun deals slightly more damage? Therefore, by counting pixels, not only are you finding out exactly how many pixels each shot does, but now you don't overcount how many bullets it takes to kill the boss. Another thing I discovered is that no matter what, the Fort Rozhok boss on the level 2 map always has the same HP and the same exact protection. I traveled to Fort Rozhok on 6 different occasions and used the exact same refined M762 to shoot at the boss's head 10 times using only high explosive rounds. Across all 10 bosses that I shot at, some of which were bosses that respawned after I killed the first one, my M762 did the exact same damage to all bosses, which means that the Fort Rozhok boss is a perfect lab rat. It will never change, it will never be different. Every single time it spawns, it will always have the same HP and more importantly, the same exact protection. Alright, so now that we got all of that out of the way, let's continue with my method, because it is clearly the best way to measure damages of metro weapons until someone can invent an even better way that doesn't involve luck, such as trying to match up with your friends and grenading yourself until you match up. And you know what, actually now that I think about it, that won't even work. Even if you shoot at your friends, at most, you can probably get off around 5 shots before they get knocked, so you'll have to do it in duos. And plus, they will have to heal up, wait until the boost is gone, so the HP doesn't come back up, and you will still have to count pixels because the game doesn't tell you how much damage you take after each metro match. Therefore, I think the Fort Rozhok way is the best way for now. So, I went to Fort Rozhok with a One-Eye Cobra MK14 and a normal refined MK14 and shot at the boss in the head using only high explosive ammo with both guns. Since I am aware that the helmet shatters, I will need 4 sets of data. One-Eye Cobra MK14 headshot damage against the helmet, normal MK14 headshot damage against the helmet, One-Eye Cobra MK14 headshot damage against no helmet, and normal MK14 headshot damage against no helmet. In order to make sure that we have accurate numbers, I conducted this experiment on 4 bosses in order to get plenty of data. What I discovered was this. When the helmet was intact, the One-Eye Cobra MK14 dealt 7.92 pixels of damage, which is only slightly higher than the Normal Pink-Refined MK14, which dealt 7.8 pixels of damage. However, once the helmet shattered, the One-Eye Cobra MK14 dealt only 29.7 pixels of damage, which is only slightly smaller than the Normal Pink-Refined MK14, which dealt 30.6 pixels of damage. The conclusion we can draw from this is that the One-Eye Cobra MK14, even with the headshot buff, does around the same exact damage as the Normal Pink-Refined MK14 in terms of headshots. Keep in mind, the headshot buff only works in headshots, which means the One-Eye Cobra MK14 is still overall weaker than the Normal Pink-Refined MK14. Now, here's where it gets interesting. When I tested the One-Eye Cobra AWM versus the Normal Pink-Refined AWM, both weapons dealt the exact same damage against the boss when the helmet was intact. Both weapons dealt exactly 17 pixels worth of damage. However, once the helmet shattered, the One-Eye Cobra AWM only dealt 63.7 pixel damage, while the Normal Pink-Refined AWM dealt a much higher 67 pixel damages. This was true across all 3 trials and repeated on multiple bosses. This mind-blowing result quite literally means that Steel Front and One-Eye Cobra AWMs are trash and completely worthless compared to the Normal Pink-Refined AWM. Whether or not you can one-shot someone depends on many factors, such as distance, whether or not you have the sniper talent which can make your AWM 12% stronger, and whether or not the enemy has the strong talent which can give him up to 16% extra HP. With this said, all the data from this video, along with all the data from my previous video, suggests that you should sell all your steel front and one-eye Cobra weapons and replace them with normal pink refined weapons if you don't care about how rare or pretty they look. Besides the unnecessary, slightly better recoil, steel front and one-eye Cobra weapons are in every way weaker than normal pink refined weapons, even with the headshot bonus damage on the snipers. And there you have it. That's all I had in this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, or if you didn't like it, let me know down in the comment section which part confused you the most or what other questions you have about my research methods. With all that said, my name is Catfish, your PUBG scientist you can trust, and I'll see you guys in my next video where I will reveal once and for all, using my research method, what is the best grip in PUBG Mobile. I need to shoot. Oh, I'm down. Back door on left.
Oh, they're dead.
All dead? Get us. Oh my god.